Hi everyone, and welcome to your Mercury Retrograde video for this Mercury Retrograde. So I always take the Mercury Retrograde from the pre-shadow period to the post-shadow period because I still feel like that energy is very relevant, and a lot of people just get a bit excited that it only happens for, a few weeks, but that's not the case because a lot of us are still affected by that energy. So the pre-shadow starts in the sign of well-balanced Libra. It's really trying to get our energy right before we head into, and that's already happened on the 23rd of September. Then it goes retrograde in Scorpio, which is like, it can feel like suffocating energy. It's very deep diving, emotional, paired with like Mars and Aries energy. About to have the full moon in Aries as well. So there's going to be a lot of like instantaneous like fire and passion and aggression and, and it's about balancing that energy. So just be aware of that. So that goes retrograde in Scorpio on the 14th of October. Then it goes direct in Libra on the 3rd of November, and the post-shadow period ends up in Scorpio, and that ends on the 19th of November. So yay, fun. I mean, I don't really fear Mercury retrogrades as much because in my natal chart, Mercury is retrograding when I was born. Therefore, when it's out of retrograde, more things break for me. Like I have more issues. So just have a look at how that works out in your life. I'm hearing just be aware of how you're spending your money, or websites that look dodgy, or the whole click here, that clickbait, people trying to take your money. Or I know Facebook has done that to me before. I don't even know what I clicked, but apparently when I clicked something to do with an ad, they automatically charged me like $45 a month. I didn't even know for ages. It's like, I didn't approve that. They're like, you did, you clicked here. It's like, I was trying to run an ad, like sneaky business. So just watch your like credit cards and watch what's coming out. Sometimes with this Scorpio energy, because it's retrograding in Scorpio, it can be very, deceptive. It can be pretty much dodgy energy, but also there's going to be a lot of emotions. But the Scorpio energy will help assist us in digging down to root of childhood issues, which is not always fun. Like, I get it, but it's necessary because we want to clear the slate as much as we can before we head into 2021. Woo! I am looking forward to it. I really am. This year was really good for me. It did really push me towards more growth, which I think we've seen that with everyone. There's a lot more spiritual awakening that has been going on, which we all needed. But I know like a lot of us are feeling a bit like we're not breathing properly, or like a bit scared about next year. I saw this meme with the Back to the Future, like with the DeLorean and is he a professor? I don't know. And Michael J. Fox, whatever his name is. Marty, sitting near the car, and he's like, don't ever put 2020 into the car. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know how 2020 has been for you, so comment down below. So we're going to do the pick a card via the sign, like the water, the earth, the air, the fire signs. So first up, we're going to do water signs. What does this Mercury retrograde have in store for you? We've got knowledge, fragment, risk, abundance. I'll show you the cards in a minute. Discover your courage, release, community, flow. Oh, this is a lot for you to do. I'm going to start with discover your courage and the risk. So I feel like this is what's going to bring in, okay, I do feel like for you, it's emotional risk. So some of you may have trust issues, or you've been burnt so many times you don't like to get too deep with people, and your intuition is so strong and evolved that you can pick up on energy straight away. But this is telling me you feel like you're putting yourself at risk of disappointment, and you almost rather not. So this is a situation that might happen for you. But because Mercury retrograde is about reviewing and learning and completing cycles of lessons, I feel like they want you to let go. They're like, yes, the universe is like, yes, we know you're psychic, you're very knowledgeable, but there's more wisdom to be gained in I guess, potential disappointments. Not saying it's going to happen for you, but this is a way to reframe your brain. Because I just kind of feel like holding on too tight, too closely to your own energy, which is fair enough because that's how you protect yourself. But this is going to hinder your progress next year. You need to clear this last cycle that's come out, and it's been a long one. I'm hearing 23 years. It could be like a really long one, 3 years, 23 years. It's something that's constantly repetitive, and you've just basically shut your energy down, going, it's just not worth it. It could be anything. It could be like a concept or something that's failed or whatever. But Spirit wants you to know that, you know, you might not see the reason things haven't worked out, or you've been disappointed, or how you've been failed now, but it's been prepping you for something bigger. So it's asking you, obviously, if someone is like super deceptive or whatever, but if you don't go with it, right? But there's something that's coming to you that's going to feel like, this might be okay. There's a lesson to learn in that for you, and you need to learn it, because I feel like you might attract a lot of dodgy people, which is why you've shut down. So yeah, this is the definitely about this. So you might be thinking, oh, is it really a dragon underneath that nice exterior? Like, do I trust them? Do I trust the situation? Potentially could even be going into business with someone. Do I trust them? You know, but there's a lesson to be learned in that for your soul growth, whether it works out or it doesn't work out. So to close this cycle out, you need to kind of jump in. But I feel like it's going to be a big call for you. I can feel, I just feel choked up, because there's knowledge that your soul really wants to learn this lifetime. And, you know, and it's sorry that you've constantly been bombarded with shitty energy. And because you're so empathic and sympathetic, you pick up on every little thing, and it's so super draining. Like, your soul gets that, and it's sorry, but you know, you need to learn this lesson. You sign up for this lesson. It's hard. Think of it like, you know, basically you're an actress or actor in this lifetime. So before you get here, nothing bothers you. They're like, oh, can someone take on this ancestral karma? Yeah, sure, and I'll do it. I've got other lessons too. I can handle it, you know. And then all of a sudden you're in your body and you've forgotten that what your spirit is, who soul is. And you're like, oh, like, this is too much, because you don't have that perspective, that spirit perspective. So at a soul level, your soul knows you can do this. Spirit knows you can do this. Your guides are here. They're supporting you in this. So always talk to them when you're struggling, and just be like, oh my God, can you just give me a little bit of a timeout? This is too hard. If you need their help. Okay. So I feel like, you know, if I had tarot cards here, I'd have the Wheel of Fortune. So once you kind of work through whatever lesson this is for you, it could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be a cycle of work that you hate, you know. I feel like once you go in fully and stop avoiding the emotions people feeling around you, you're going to have a breakthrough. And that's going to lead to you picking another choice. And then finding more of your soul family and like feeling more in flow with life. Can't see where that is. The rainbow's going to come through, you know, but we need you to release expectations of future disappointment, because that's what's holding you back. Like, Spirit gets it. You've been probably screwed over so many times. You're like, why the F should I? I'm just going to stick to myself and do my thing. But you really need to break through this cycle in order for like abundance to come in, because your energy has been fragmented from all these situations. It's almost like, okay, part of me is still like over there. I'm just going to shut the door to it. I'm just like, I'm just not going to deal with it anymore. I'm so sick of feeling this. So if you haven't seen my Call Back the Lost Pieces of Your Soul video under my Soul Shadow playlist, watch that, or watch it again, and help you call back those pieces. And it helps you bring back more power to you, which is what I feel you really need at this time. So let me know how it goes for you. There's plenty of of time to work through this, and we'll go on to the earth signs. Okay, earth signs, what does this Mercury retrograde have in store for you? Inner peace, thriving epiphany, cool, freedom. Oh, nice. Meditation, manifestation. Oh, nice. I want to be earth sign. The water signs have it a bit hard. Oh my God, these are so good. So you could have started a whole new, or maybe you are going to start a whole new meditation practice, spiritual practice. You're upping your self-care. You're really finding self-love. You're accepting your body for what it is, and you're grateful for what it does for you. I'm just feeling a lot of gratitude, a lot of high vibe energy, a lot more connection with nature. Taking this meditation tells me that you're taking time out just for you, and yeah, just not interfering with anyone else's energy, and almost like very accepting of other people. Just like, okay, that's cool. You know, you're doing your thing over there and I'm focusing on me. Oh, it's very angelic. I'm getting very angelic way of feeling, being, and looking at things. And I love that. And because of that, you're going to manifest quite a lot. Like literally, because you're high vibing, you're, you know, almost blessing everyone, just going, bless that person. They're, you know, in the car that's just abused me. They're, you know, bless them. They're obviously having a hard day. And if this energy doesn't sound like you, this is what's going to come in for you, or you can tap into it. Because once you have that outlook, that breakthrough, when you're being that way, it's so easy to manifest because you're just high vibing all the time. You literally have to go, ah, gosh, I would love this. And then you'll let it go. You won't be like, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Because that's when we manifest. We go, oh God, I would love this. And you let that thought go and it goes off and does its thing. Whereas most of us get our ego involved with it and then we're like, literally, I've asked for this like years ago. Where the hell is it? Like, screw you, universe. You know what I mean? Like, that's most of us. So I feel like you can call in this energy quite easily and it's going to make you feel really free. So you've probably closed quite a lot of cycles out. As well as the ancestral baggage that we take on during this lifetime. Because a lot of us do, and if you're watching this channel, you probably would have had a really hard life. And you've gone, okay, I'm going to clear this trauma. That seems to be coming up a lot for water signs too. A lot of us light workers, that's what we're here to do, is to clear things once and for all. So let's go to this section. We've got inner peace here, and that's just amazing. Like, I just feel like you're really going to thrive this time. You're going to have breakthroughs, epiphanies, like this card says. Like, it just feels like it's such a beautiful energy for you. Oh my God. So I forgot to mention earth signs in case you don't know. It's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. My bad. I just assume everyone knows. Yeah, I just feel like you're just going to have breakthrough after breakthrough. You may feel like you're struggling with certain things as well. But once you kind of relax, and that's when the meditation comes in, it's just going to like, the answers will zoom to you when you're in that high vibe, high frequency state. So if you ever feel your energy drop, don't freak out. Just like head into nature and just say, I just let this situation go. I let this go to the universe, and then it'll just poof. Let the universe take care of it. Your responsibility is doing you and keeping yourself in a really, really high vibe. That's all I'm getting for you, earth signs. That's beautiful. We'll enjoy this Mercury retrograde. Now we'll go on to the air signs. Okay, we've got, air signs. Can I remember? Yes, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So we've got power, relaxation, originality, retreat, wow, surrender and release, the warrior. We've got 2 release cards. Listening, I love that card. The warrior, no. Wow, a lot of releasing through relaxation. Oh my God, I'm going to show you. What was this one? Originality. does this one go? There. So check this out. 2 release cards from 2 different decks, surrender and release and retreat. So I feel like you're really going to find your power actually in relaxation. See how the moon's in the background too? So notice the moon cycles and how you feel at what time when it's waxing and waning. If you don't know what you need to release, it's going to come through to you when your defenses are down, when you're actually relaxing. So this is how you're going to hear guidance. This is how you're going to hear your soul. I get for you that you might have, you're going to overhear conversations, like parts of conversations, like literally walking past someone and they're going to say something and it's going to give you like a bit of a lead to investigate something that is bothering you. I just get the feeling like you, almost like maybe you want to study something, you want to change during this Mercury retrograde, but you feel frustrated with that Aries energy that you don't have time, you don't have the headspace, like you're getting yourself on overthinking, typical air sign. I feel you, got Libra moon. You're overthinking. Yeah, you're like really, really overthinking at this time. And because of that, we can't hear our heart and soul on an angelic guidance clearly. And this is exactly what you need. I feel like I'm missing something. There's change coming through. There's change coming through in how you see yourself and how you view the world and your appreciation of the small things. So that's really good. And I just see you really picking up like a hobby or something that you really wanted to venture into for like a really long time. Almost like crystals or flower essences or what else? Could be even like your mainstream, doesn't have to be spiritual, could be something that you've always wanted to study. Excuse me. So Spirit's saying to surrender and release that, the outcome to this, because when you're like overthinking and you're just like, I just want to figure it out right now. What is this going to be right now? What do I need to do right now? It's almost like that's what's kind of going out on in your head, or this might happen a bit later. So know when that time comes up that you just need to listen to your soul, like calm down, light a candle, journal. Like I know you guys probably do, but literally that's how I literally will channel messages from my soul, because sometimes I can't hear them always clear audiently. It's funny when it's to do with doing a general reading or whatever, channeling, it comes through quite easily because it's so easy because it's not about me. Do you know what I mean? But when I need to try to tune in for my messages, I can't always hear them. And the best way for me to do that is to like write it down. I literally will ask a question and then all of a sudden, you know, whoever takes over, doesn't really matter, because it chops and changes from my guides to my higher self, to my soul, to Archangels, you know. And sometimes I know who it is and sometimes I don't, but I can tell when it's like a high vibe being. And it's really cool. And if you actually want to channel a specific deity or goddess or whatever, call them in. It's really that simple. I'm going to do a goddess, pick a card very soon this week, so check that out. But I just get for you, a lot of answers are going to become coming to the surface when you're chilled and when you're relaxed. And I know how frustrating that is for an air sign. You know how much we just want to make things happen. So to kind of drop into your heart space and be relaxed. And I promise you the messages will come sooner. And I know it's hard not to get attached to when's it coming. I've been trying to relax for 2 weeks. I get it. But just remember, it's about the divine timing, not our ego timing. And I totally get it. That it sucks. Okay, so we've got the warrior here. And originality. Just trying to check him out. You know, warriors have been through lifetime and lifetime after lifetime of struggles and fighting, and your soul could be feeling really tired, and that could be why we've just got the repetitive message to surrender that monkey mind, surrender stress. Even if you don't know what to do, you literally just say to the universe, I surrender this stress, please take it away from me, and visualize it being pulled out of wherever you're feeling in your body. And literally straight away just go do some dishes or do some cleaning. You just have to distract yourself from whatever this is you're trying to figure out, because you're blocking the answer coming through. So a part of like being a light worker is to come here to do something different, and we've got the originality, blaze your own trail, and I feel like this is what's coming through. I feel like your vision for your future is going to become a lot clearer. A lot clearer. I'm hearing teacher in whatever aspect that is for you. I'm hearing faith bringer. So you could be like a public speaker or want to be, or you could end up starting to share your work. You could be sharing your work. And you could have like given up a bit on your path because you might not be seeing anything grow. So know that you've done enough for now, and you just need to relax. You may not be where you want to go, but the thing is, you are where you need to be right now. And remember that your soul wants rest, and your soul knows better. And your ego will fight that, because it's like, no, I need to action something. I need to make something happen. It's actually going to make things worse. It's going to make you more exhausted, more cranky. And, you know, when we don't listen to the universe, they make stuff happen. And, you know, for most people, Mercury retrograde is when things happen. So, you know, don't smite the universe. Not jinxing you or saying anything really bad's going to happen, but you know what I mean? Like, the universe will literally stop you. Say if I got messages to like, don't go out today. Like, you need to stay home and just relax or whatever. And I'm just like, nah, stuff, yeah, I'm going to go for a drive, you know, and then my car breaks down or whatever. That's just like the ways of the universe, just be like, look, I told you. Like, why don't you listen to me? You heard me. Don't play like you didn't hear me. You know? It's funny. So a little bit of rebels you guys are. So that's your Mercury retrograde. Let me know how that goes for you. Now onto fire signs, Aries, Sag, and Leo. Okay, we've got simplicity, happiness, battle of blues, trust, high priestess of earth. So you might need to listen to the earth signs. And inspiration. With this high priestess of earth, I'm just feeling a lot of soul reconnection through grounding your energy. I think a lot of us have been, because we've been evolving so much this year, there's been so much transformation. Actually, parts of us are stuck in the ethers. And that's why we're like constantly getting the whole, ground this energy. Like, I'm so sick of saying it. I literally hear this from my guides every day. I'm like, again. But there's so much parts of us have been, you know, in training when we're sleeping, even when we're awake. Our thoughts are with ascension. And it could be a subconscious part of you, but I'm just seeing a lot of us just like hovering up there, you know, in space. And it's been draining on our bodies. So it could be that's why you've been feeling that way. And that's why the whole world shut down, because it gave us a chance to transmute, transform, and have the time to ground our energy in nature, to ground energy outside. You can even sit on the floor. It's raining. I might be able to go sit on the grass today. You know, it's just literally, you know, going for a walk in nature. It's just really this year needed to change the way in which we live in every aspect. So either you learn the lessons this year or you can learn them next year. Not a threat. You know what I mean? It's just life. You know, Mercury retrograde is all about, here's a lesson for you to learn. Are you going to learn it this time, or do we have to bring it about another time? You know? So trust what's going on for you. Trust in the way in which the universe works and has like almost, they're saying, designated tasks for you to do. I guess it's kind of cool if you see it as that way. You know, like have a bit of a task list and like, okay, so next we've got here item number 4553. You need to learn this lesson, or you need to do this thing. So they really want you to make your life quite simple at this time, which is nice. I'm just feeling like a lot of rush. Do. Not enough be. Really make your life as simple as you can. Like even down to cooking, like making a big pot of, if you don't like making vegetables often, just make a big pot of it and then you just divvy them out in containers for the week and freeze the rest. You know, try to make your life a bit more simplistic. Make a couple of meals, you know, when you've got some spare time, when you've got the energy. There's just ways that you need to make your life more simple. I'm just hearing sit around a bit more. You could be very busy in your actions, especially being fire signs. Okay, so list all your spiritual practices I'm hearing. And if you don't have any, you can make them up. And it can be as simple as, if you've got cards, it could be like, okay, I'm just gonna, today I'm choosing this deck, you know, and I light a couple of candles, I put my journal on the table, I have my sacred spot, and then I pick a different deck each day. And usually around 5 o'clock. And then I'll, you know, pull, let's say, one card. Like, what do I need to know right now? What do I need to think about? What's my Mercury Retrograde overall lesson? You know, anything you want. And you put that down and you pull a card and you see what comes to you. I love that spiritual practice. It is just amazing. It's such a good reconnection. But, you know, choose whatever you want. I might make a spiritual practice video one day so you give people ideas. So if you want that, comment below and let me know. So I feel like at this time you could be feeling a bit blue. So please note down and write down every day why you feel blue. Like journaling is so, it's like self-counseling. It's, you know, if you have like a counselor or someone to listen to you, that's a really good listener. Amazing. Like I feel like you need to communicate how you're feeling, because you could be feeling extra fiery at this time. All this big Aries energy flying around, fire sign energy. You know, it could be making you feel blue, but note that it's making you feel blue for a reason, because there's something you need to see. So sometimes if we're thinking stuff in our head, we don't always see it. We kind of just shoo it out, right? So that's why when you write it down, you just go, oh, I feel crappy today. Why do I feel crappy? I don't know. I just feel irritated. Okay, why do I feel irritated? Oh, this thought keeps coming back from the past, or I remember the time that this person did this to me. Like this, you just need to keep going with it. And then you're like, okay, this person did that to me. Is this a reoccurring pattern, right? Because that's what Mercury Retrograde is all about. When has that happened before? When was the time before that? Oh, yeah, this lady, I was at a shop and, you know, I was wearing a crop top and she looked at me like, you should be wearing a crop top. You look like Winnie the Pooh. You know, it's like, oh. And when before that did I not feel good about my body? You know, and just keep going back and back and back. Go, when's the first time I didn't feel like I was good enough? When I looked at magazines and I saw all these girls in magazines, and because I was in a magazine, I felt not good. It's like really like trailing back to where it all began. And that's how we release things at the root. And go, okay, I get it now. Well, I see this. I feel like I'm awesome. I'm willing to let these memories go. Like those thoughts weren't mine. It was like something I just saw, and because of society's perceptions, which were projected onto me, I felt bad about myself. But I don't feel bad about myself anymore, because I'm not comparing myself to anyone, and I'm me and I'm special. And then, you know, give yourself a bit of a boost and give yourself a bit of, I'm grateful for who I am, and, you know, I'm amazing at this, and I don't compare myself to anyone anymore. So I'm willing to let go of these thoughts. Please, universe, take them from me. Do you know what I mean? And I know a lot of people in the whole like high vibration is just like, oh, you can just do affirmations and you can just not think about it. You don't need to get to the root. Well, I actually disagree, because at the end of the day, we've got an ego and we need to resolve things. We do. Our mind needs to rationalize things and likes to find the reason behind things. But don't go in heavy-handed like, oh my God, I just need to figure out the root of this. If you're annoyed, you're not going to find it. It's just when you're gently journaling and relaxed and things start coming to you, you're like, oh, I'm sick of actually feeling this way. So I'm willing to let it go, because us not willing to let things go is what holds these cycles to us. It holds the energy to us. It brings more of that situation because subconsciously we're irritated by it. Subconsciously it's sitting there still. And that's how the universe is like, okay, well, they're still not bringing that to the surface. We have to give that, give her that situation again to make her feel that way. And it can present in many different ways. So just watch for you, what feelings come up, what needs to be resolved this Mercury retrograde, and that's your key to release. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and share and comment, because that helps my channel. Much appreciated, and have an awesome Mercury retrograde. See you guys.